All right, we're here, baby. Doing some back this morning, early morning, back day in Iron Heaven. Starting out with an exercise that's kind of taken the bodybuilding world by storm. That's the prime attachment pull down. Um, Notice some people use different type of handles, but I just stick with the prime handles. As I'm not super strong on this exercise, it's something that I'm trying to do. But I want to get the basics down for you for this exercise. The first things first, you want to set the bench up to a point where you're only slightly leaning forward, right? Almost in a straight up position. Number two, we're not arching our lower back or trying to get more of a contraction. We're keeping our face essentially to the pad, or as close to the pad as possible in this COVID 19 environment. We're keeping our face to the pad, and we're literally using our hands as hooks. And this is an excellent lat exercise. We're trying to get the lat as short as possible. That's basically fancy layman's terms for contracted. We're trying to get as much blood in there as possible, but we're really just focusing on the contraction and squeezing that lat, right? So like I said in my last video, when you're training back, you have to decide what you're training. Are you training the lats or are you training the upper back? And this was a lat emphasis, right? So that's why I use this particular exercise to start out, because most of the other exercises that I use get a good bit of upper back in it, but this is really just a super lat focused movement. And it really fried up my back before I went on to my next exercise. Another coaching cue with this is that you want to visualize your elbows essentially coming straight down and by your sides. You don't want them forward and you don't want them too far back, right? So you just want them kind of at your sides, squeezing those lats, and really just locking them. See, I got that dumbbell because when you get a little bit heavy, you tend to roll a little bit forward. So notice how in my back, I'm not arching back. I'm just pulling straight down. I'm trying to get as much of a stretch as possible with it. You're gonna get a little upper back up in there, but like I said, it's really the lats that are completing the movement. So we hit failure around about 7 on this set, and we just moved on to the next exercise and called it quits after that. Chest supported dumbbell rows have become a favorite of mine. Really any type of chest supported row that helps take stress off my lower back is something that I'm going to be a big fan of and will consistently use. A couple of coaching cues with this one is you want to make sure that you're pulling the elbow back to the hip area, getting a good strong contraction in the mid back and the lower lats. So if you want to hit the rhomboids and upper back rear delt area, you want to have the elbows out and just kind of bring it up and kind of just have your elbows out. I have no really other way to describe it. That's going to hit the upper back really, really good. And if you want a real effective way on how those should be done, Matt Jansen is the man that you want to go see about that. But this week we went a little heavier than normal, trying to build the reps up, but also trying to build the load up as well. So as long as that's going in a positive direction, I'm okay. We got up to 110, and I was pretty well satisfied with that, but it was a complete bitch. Okay, so this is what I wanted to focus on today. The prime landmine row handles. It's the RTO-7, I believe. I like this a lot. Had to stand on bumper plates because the handles are just so long. And this was really not a lat movement. This was an upper back movement. Any movement where you almost have to stand, or at least stand like I'm at an angle right now, this is an upper back movement. It is not a lat movement. You may get a little bit, but it's mainly the upper back doing the movement. So with that being said, I was able to get up to a decent amount of weight for what is essentially a new movement. As you can see, the handles are able to be manipulated in a way. However, your hands are where your hands are most effective at. It's really a good attachment. It's a little clunky and cumbersome at the beginning, but once you get the hang of it and get the stance that you want to use, it's really good. If you have the opportunity to use any prime handles, I encourage you to do so. Here's a little drop set that I did, just trying to push more blood into the muscle. It was kind of a rest pause drop set, but as seeing as that I'm getting used to the movement, I didn't go balls out. Next time I will probably use 25s and heighten up myself on the T-bar more, or on the plates more. But it seems I'm using 25s, I probably won't. But these were great. These were really good, and I can't thank Iron Heaven enough for bringing those in. But moving right along, wanted to hit some upper back, so I went to a good old standby that I love a lot. That's the neutral grip pull down. This isn't the super long bar that I like to use. This is more of a shoulder width bar, but the advantages of this bar is pretty great. You get to hit the upper back, the rhomboids, a little bit of trap area, rear delts. I stacked it out at 180 because that's the quote-unquote light side of the multi-station. So with this, you don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of bicep pain with it. It puts me in a very good position to go ahead and just get max contraction all the way through the movement. And like I said, the biggest thing is that I don't feel pain in my bicep or in my elbow versus when I do it a double overhand grip. So that is a definite advantage to the bar that I like to use. And I try to steer people to that bar, but sometimes it doesn't work. Finished off with another effective exercise, the Atlantis row, literally one of a kind. I'm sure you've seen this in a few of my IG videos or other YouTube videos when I'm training back at this Iron Heaven. Didn't adjust the seat up too much. Tried to actually get it down so I could hit the upper back a little bit more, but that didn't happen. So kind of got a little bit of the upper back and the lats as well. Very similar to a prime row machine, but without the different pegs. So that was today's back workout. Glad to share and appreciate all you guys that have taken the time to like and subscribe. So appreciate you. Follow me on IG, follow me on Twitter, and we'll see you next time.